Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. What you're looking at right now is the result of the 12 packs of board that we actually put in. Not this. It was the 12 packs of board that we actually put. And what I did is I put them inside of a Pyrex dish. And, oh, it's actually in here. That's why I couldn't find it. And basically, I put it inside of our little rotisserie oven and let it dry. And this is what we basically have. So now all of this is dry. There's no liquid in it, and it's ready to melt. So the red part you see there is a bit of the PCB plastic, okay? So this is ready to go into a Ziploc bag right now. And I want to be very careful with this because all of the liquid melted. And as you can see, there's a lot of, like, the camera doesn't do it justice. There's a lot of gold in here. So what we need to do is we need to carefully put these inside of Ziploc bags. The ones I use are these ones here, and I'm using a little silver spoon with it right now. And I want to be very careful when picking it up because even losing a little bit of gold could result in hundreds of dollars lost, and you don't want that right now. So what I was saying is that I can cut this into smaller pieces and then melt that, and that would actually be our melted piece there. If I could break this apart and put this inside of the Ziploc bag, and it's actually smoking a little bit right now. I don't want to lose any of that, okay? And this is the result of what you see, which is just hard work. This isn't me. I'm hoping this fits without issue. So I don't want to go in. Okay, it doesn't want to go in. Come on. Come on. See, you got to be careful now. I got some gold on my fingers, okay? And so I got to be very, very careful with that right now. Also, one thing to look out for, and I just found this out, is there's hard PCB chips in here. And I don't want that in here at all. So I got to move that piece out. You see, this is why you have to separate your stuff, because this here would go into the melt and it would harm it. Okay, so I don't want, and there's gold on it, so I got to separate that, put that to the side, and then come back in here right now and then get all the stuff for the melt in there. I got a really big piece here. If I flip this over, look at that. Oh, look at that. All of that gold. The camera doesn't do it justice, man. And what if I could, oh shoot, I got to be careful. If I could break this up and show you a little bit, there's a lot of gold on this right now, and we're gonna put this carefully, there we go, in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break this up inside of the Ziploc bag so I can just fit more pieces in here right now. Okay, all right, and so this is it. And I'm showing you guys this right now. This is how we actually do it. I wonder if I can get this big piece in there. If I can, I will be excited. Okay, I might have to break this off here, and you got to be very careful when doing this, because again, you do not want to lose any gold when doing this. Very carefully. Okay, so you guys got to be very careful when doing this, and I'm saying this right now because it's not going to be easy. And when you break it apart, you can also feel what type of there's any chips in there or anything like that, which is perfect. And so I'm getting all of this. Man, look at this big piece right here. And the reason why it stuck together is because when all the liquid came off, it was just there. Now what I have to do is I have to scrape the sides off of this right here. I have to scrape the sides off of that, okay? I don't want to use a brush or anything right now, because all of that is gold, and I just left it in for an hour, and I didn't want it to get too hot because if it did, it would start going on the container. So scrape it out with a spoon as best as you can, and you got to take up as much of the gold as you can there right now. I wonder if all of this can fit inside of the Ziploc bag. Careful, careful. There we go. I'm just hoping that it would there, and then you got to break it up. Like all of this is inside of a Pyrex dish right now. Look at all the gold at the angle. All right. It's all coming off right now. Okay. And I could also spray it with a bit of rubbing alcohol, and definitely that would do it a bit of justice right now as to get it clean, because I need to get all the gold off of this. I have a little bit more gold coming in. Oh, shoot. Cat split apart very easy. Yeah, it's coming apart like that right now due to all of this being just absolutely dry. And try not to rush this process. Be very, very careful with it. Very good. Be very careful with it. Okay, as careful as you can to do that right now. And if you feel that there is a chip in it, you can definitely separate it. Right now, some of the pieces in here are absolutely hard right now. And I'm breaking apart, okay. Alright. Oh boy. And this is a bit of a process, but I'm showing you guys exactly how I do everything here. Come on. Inside, there we go. Careful, careful, careful. And some of you are like, why are you using a spoon? I'm using a spoon to pick them up carefully, but also to scrape off the gold on the ends there to make it a lot easier. And look at that. See, it's coming up quickly. It'll do that better with water, but I don't want to use too much water in this because it'll be a problem. And I'm going to melt everything one time. Perfect, beautiful. So this is exact. Look at that gold, baby. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have did that. Start to smoke up a bit there. Can I get this big log in? I might need to get a different Ziploc bag. So I will do that, and I will zip this up. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to weigh these bags and figure out what the weight of them actually is, because I do want to know the weight of the gold I get out of this right now, which is very important. So, can I break this apart? Yes, I can. I'm doing this right in front of you guys right now to show you all the gold you can get. It's all dried, crusty, going inside of there. And I gotta be very, very careful with this. Okay. Ooh. Put that right here. And then just end up scraping all of this right now. This is insane. All of this is hundreds of dollars of gold. That's just right there. And try not to get it on your fingers too, because if you get it on your fingers, it may burn. What was that? See? And there goes a piece of PVC. This is why I say you have to go ahead and double check everything. Okay. double look at that. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to weigh this in front of you guys right now and see how much this actually is in grams. And that will tell us what we actually have right now. I'm going to put this to a side. I do know there's a little bit more gold in there, but there is a small amount. So we're going to get our scale and we are going to weigh this right now because we need to know what the weight of this is. Okay, we're going to weigh the first batch here. It's going to weigh it in grams. I have 40, get on there. I have 44 grams. So it's about 28 grams an ounce right now. So I have more than an ounce in this. Okay. Now it depends if you're doing regular ounces or troy ounces right now. And we're going to weigh the big one here. Big one here. We over 190. Ooh, 101. We got 101 grams out of this right now. Beautiful. So we do have some ounces in here, which are very, very good. I'm liking that. This is very good. We got a couple ounces in here right now. So 101 plus 40. Wait, what was that one? So this was 101 and this was 43. So 101 plus 43 is 144 right now. So we have a couple ounces in that. Okay. And they're going to melt it and purify it. And then our redundancy will be this gold in here. Okay. The redundancy is your little plus or minus 5%. So the good part is I get to see, I got to figure out how to get out all of this gold here. And I'm not worried about actually scratching up the glass or anything like that. This is a Pyrex dish. As you can clearly see right there, it says Pyrex. Okay. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's on the other side of it. Pyrex. Okay. Let me see here. There we go. Right there. Pyrex dish. So this can definitely handle the heat. So we're going to have to scrape off all of this gold over here. I might spray it with rubbing alcohol and let it sit. Look, I got a lot of gold up here just chilling out. So definitely I do, if anything, want to use some rubbing alcohol, and I could actually just use filter papers, to be honest, and just scrape that off and then put it in with the batch. All right. Oh, also, we have this here. This, we tried to do it and it got wet in the rain that day, so we had to put all of them in one. So we'll melt that off as well. This is from the other project of the 4 pounds. 4 pounds was there right now. So this is all solid, and I can actually take a tweezer and start tapping at this because we have to put this into a different Ziploc bag. Ooh, look at you. All of that is gold in there, you thick mofo. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to let you guys go with that. I got to wash my hands. I got a lot of green on my hands. And for those of you basically asking, can your fingers get messed up with this? Yeah. Look at my hand. My hand is just absolutely practically destroyed right now, touching acids all the time. Okay. Half of it is done by pesticide when I was working with my dad, and the rest of it is just messed up. But yeah, my hand is just, looks messed up. But that's what we got today. All right. Pro Dumpster Diver out.